Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to a sky full of stars. We did get to see some stars, even if it was not what we're supposed to see. We've still seen a different version of what we were supposed to see. Well, it's a little mingled, I know, but it was interesting. Let's see what's gonna happen the next day, because the next day there is no school! And of course, I kept my promise and went through with the penalty game. Yeah, we've seen a different thing, not the one we are supposed to see, so we still have to do that. Didn't see that coming, huh? I am a man of my word. After swimming to the opposite side of the river and back, Takeichi seemed to be at a loss for words. You bet. Yeah, I'm fine. I tried my best to look unconcerned as my teeth chattered and Hikari ran up next to me. My lips were probably blue. I took the towel from Hikari and began drying off. But with only my upper body naked and my pants still on, drying off would be impossible. So I tell that. I look at them with an expression that dared Takeichi and his lackeys to complain. I felt a little better as I looked at the speechless Takeichi and his goons. Oh, that's my middle name. Come on. Sorry. After apologizing to Hikari, I took back my shirt and jacket and had planned to go out in style with my jacket laid across my shoulders. And that's when... Uh-oh. Then Miss Otome appeared, seemingly well aware of the situation and quite angry. And next to her... How could you? Saya is a snitch, isn't she? That was Saya. It was apparent that she had already spoken with the teacher. Sorry! Eh? Holding back her anger for now, Miss Otome grabbed my hand and began walking. I was really impressed with how well she kept her anger in check. She's winning me over day by day. By the way, Miss Otome took me to her house and threw me into the bath, already filled with hot water. I wouldn't say that's the greatest idea, dropping him from, like, absolute cold immediately to hot, but well. I might die! As I began to feel the warmth taking over my frozen body above, I murmured to myself, at least it's all over now. These past few days really well fun. I had looked up a lot of information on stars while working together with Hikari on this Stargazing meetup. Celestial objects and the cosmos. It was all such a different world from the one I'd known until now. Learning about the mechanisms of the vastness of space was a lot of fun. I studied telescopes and was happy that I was slowly learning how to use them too. More than anything, looking through the lens at real stars was the most exciting. I had done everything together with Hikari. It was just so much fun to nurture a new fascination with someone else. I guess... I was happy that I had been able to share that enjoyment together with someone. But now it was over. Unlike me, Hikari was really popular in our class and had a lot of friends. She even said that she was the type to get bored easily. You could tell that just by looking at her. I was sure that the night of the Galactic Railroad girl was satisfied now that she'd seen the Winter Alpireo.
月に大地があるって分かったとき、アキトはどう思った？私はね、行ってみたいって思った。ここじゃない、どこか遠くの世界。そこには山があって、谷があって、確かな大地があって、まるで別の世界がそこにあるように感じて、行ってみたいって思ったんだ。
Somewhere far from here. Where would I want to go? Up until now, I didn't want to go anywhere. I have two places in mind, but it's still on the same planet that I reside in. Oh, what if I don't reside on Earth, by the way, right? That would be crazy. After losing my parents, I didn't enjoy anything. I had always thought nothing would ever be fun again, so to feel enjoyment again. I was just so lonely because I knew I could never get back what had been lost. Yeah, but I know might come out of me really badly, but there are new, I don't want to say things, but still things to acquire anyway, right? Even if you lose something, someone. Still, I mean, losing parents sucks a lot, that's for sure. Sorry for making you worry so much! I had my hair dried thoroughly with a dryer and was even lent some clothes. After which I was given a scolding that was even more thorough than the hair drying. When I was finally released, it was already dusk. Hey, Hikari. She was in front of the small candy store. You waited for me, or something. Well, I said that I would, besides I was the one that didn't make it in time. That's how I answered, but that wasn't how I felt. Simply put, all our fun times would soon be over and I was bitter. I was in despair. On top of that, she watched me get bullied by Takaichi and the others. For just remembering their faces after I got out of the river filled me with intense satisfaction. Hikari watched me with a silly, pseudo-angry expression. Who? Hey? See you and Pooch. Hey? What do you mean? Say nodded her head. Kotaro. Pooch or actually Kotaro? Pooch, well, Kotaro answered happily. What?
Brr.
Taro lying in front of the kennel answered reluctantly. Wait, so you guys decided to give him to Mr. Tome? Nice. Clever boy. Tiny Kotaro frolicked around Big Taro and he looked a bit annoyed.
ってくれたってわけ。
Well, I'm glad he found a place to live. I felt relieved, but also a little lonely. The Stargazers meetup was over, and now the stray dog had found its home. Another link between Hikari and I gone. Worrying over it won't help anyone, though. As I got ready to leave, Saya, who had been busy petting Kotaru's head, suddenly stood up. Hmm?
私、空見くんに謝らないといけない。自己紹介の時、急に泣き出したりして、ごめんなさい。
Eh? No, you don't need to apologize. I'm the one that hurt your feelings.
違うの。私が勘違いしてて。
It's fine. I was the one that created the misunderstanding anyway.
アキト。
Hikari poked me in the side. Ow! It actually hurt a bit. Now what is it?
黙って天の川さんの話を聞け。
Yeah. Okay. I stopped stalking. And when I did, Saya, with nervous expression, doll began to open up little by little.
前の学校にいた時、私、この目のせいでずっとからかわれたり、いじめられたりしたわ。
I know she's quiet and so on, overall, but she needs like a booster to 200% here. I guess I can see that being the case. I don't know why it is actually the case in real life. Like people with eyes that are different colors are more like artists and so on. I don't know why. I find it freaking amazing actually. If you have multicolored eyes, absolutely cool.
自分でも嫌で。だってみんなと違うから。だから隠しとくて。
Is that you already? Is that why you were wearing sunglasses? I mean, that was kinda obvious. So it had nothing to do with inner city high fashion.
でも先生が外しなさいって言うから仕方なく外したら、そしたら。
Yeah, we know. Your eyes look like albireo. Erika.
怪獣みたいだって言われたんだと思ったの。
It wasn't just a simple misunderstanding. It must be really frustrating to have someone you're meeting for the first time mention the eye colors you've had a complex about your whole life. And in front of a large group of people too.
ごめんなさい。
No, it's me. I mean, I'm sorry too. This misunderstanding wasn't Saya's responsibility. Besides, most people don't know the names of stars. I was the one in the wrong for saying something so careless.
でも違うって分かった。昨日。怪獣なんかじゃなかった。綺麗だった。冬のアルビレオ。
Saya struggled to get the words out.
私の瞳に似てた。
In the tiniest voice, the words "just a little" were added to the end of the sentence as she hung her head and blushed.
ありがとう、空見くん。私の目を見て、あんな綺麗なものを最初に思い浮かべてくれて。嬉しかった。すごく。
Repeat.
嬉しかった。すごく。
Saya said, finally working through her shyness. Her eyes were glued to the floor. But with that smile, my head began to spin and I stumbled a bit. Even Hikari, who was standing next to me. I'm not sure why she stumbled a bit too.
それが言いたかったの。だから、それじゃ。
She vigorously bowed her head. And before we knew it, Saya was gone.
何あれ。超可愛いんですけど。
Hikari said with an expression of utter disbelief as she gazed in the direction that Saya had run off to. I continued to gaze down the same street she'd vanished to, my heart beating frantically in my chest.
さてと、それじゃあ私も帰ろっかな。
Hikari said cheerfully after petting Kotaro.
じゃあね、小太郎。お利口にするんだよ。あ！太郎、小太郎のことよろしくね。
Brr.
I can't. Taro's bow is like a killer. After the two dogs had their goodbyes,
またね、アキト。
she turned to give me a big wave goodbye before taking off. Sure, later. With a loneliness not unlike the setting sun, the dogs and I watched Hikari run off. It was the beginning of the week. Monday. I went to school the same way I always do. I headed to the classroom the same way I always do, but this time for some reason I stopped right before the room. How was it before? Recently Hikari and I've been doing nothing but star talk every day. Before that I don't really want to remember. I was blunt and treated all of the students like enemies. So how would I enter the class now?
昨日のテレビ見た？見た。すんごい笑っちゃった。次の日曜さ、集まってみんなでやろうよ。あれ。おお、いいね。
Hey, they really are loud. I could hear the entire conversation outside the classroom. But that voice seemed a little farther than usual. I mean, obviously she's on the other side of the door, but... Morning! I entered the classroom the same way I always do, giving a cordial greeting to everyone. My classmate's reaction was not as cold as it had been before. Since the Stargazers meetup, even I felt like Bet had accepted me as a member of the class. Speaking of Takeichi and his friends, by the way. His attitude was just as bad as ever, but since that winter swim, it didn't seem like he wanted much to do with me.
Ohayo, Akito!
Morning! I gave her a quick greeting, then headed to my seat. Since there was no more event to prepare for, I didn't want to bother her by being too familiar. As I took my seat, my eyes met with Saya, who was seated by the window. Morning. That girl was so shy that even a trivial greeting made her blush and look away. I thought we had gotten to know each other, but I guess I was wrong. I sat in my seat. I didn't have anything to do, so I pulled out a book. It was a book I had planned on returning to the library today, a book on stars. But it was so difficult to understand that I couldn't even read it.
Oh, やってるね。
Hikari. Hikari peeked over the book I was reading and grinned.
ねえ、次は何見る？
Excuse me?
何驚いてんの？あれで終わりじゃないよね。
Hikari said in somewhat worried voice. Was she talking about stargazing? No, of course not. Where did you get that idea from? I certainly had intended to look at more stars, especially since I have a telescope.
よかった。アキトがいなきゃ見られないもんね。
Eh? Hikari sounded relieved as she turned to the other students. What do you mean by that?
ねえ、
The sudden proposition caused a bit of commotion in the class. But they didn't seem to take it so well.
あれれ、確かに綺麗だったけど寒いしもういいかな。
Weak!
何それ、やろうよ一緒に。
Don't force them. Please don't force them. Even as Hikari called out to everyone, they only replied with disinterested expressions. Right before my eyes, Hikari's bubbly expression deflated. I had hoped for just an instant that something might happen, but it looked like it was really over. Well, that's just how it was. I didn't have any big expectations anyway. I mean, do we really need the entire classroom for that? No. Saya, seated in a corner, raised her hand. The withered Hikari's expression brightened immediately. Of course. I stood in agreement, my face flustered. Saya stood and timidly made her way over to my seat. She said, looking like a deer in headlights. Ow, she was so cute. Hikari looked proud of her good idea. Sayai looked up and instinctively locked eyes. Yep, I think it's a good idea. I said, hiding my intense elation by answering in a rather unconcerned voice. At some point the teacher had gotten up and come over to us. I actually had no idea she was there. The teacher placed a book on my desk. Wow, look! A beginner's guide to the astronomy! Also, this is the book you had in the freaking high school as well, mate. Did you keep it? Is it because Miss Sotome is so important? Anyway. Oh, you just said something terrible. Miss Sotoma's expression became cross for just an instant from Hikari's simple-minded question. But she quickly returned to her soft smile. Grown-ups really were amazing. I'm after her, okay? She's the best girl. I want the teacher route, goddammit. Hey, are you sure? I had actually been worried about that. I couldn't look at the stars without the tripod and stand. What if I have to? I'm sorry about that. The teacher chuckled a bit when she'd seen that even say I had been dragged into apologizing. Thanks, Miss Sotome. After saying that, the teacher moved away from my seat. I agree with what you're saying. You're 100% correct here. Yes! That is correct, and I'm proud of acknowledging that as well. Oh, don't be stupid. Why would you even think something like that? Dude, just say you are. It's the truth. Take it like a man. I told you that's not true. It is truth. 100%.
ほら、チャイム鳴ったわよ。自分の席へ戻りなさい。
The only route I need is her route.
はーい。
That was how the Mikazuki Astronomy Club had started. It wasn't an official club or anything, but I preferred it that way. We just used the title of club to hang out together and look at the stars. It was like adventuring around the Milky Way every day. With our innocent minds, we were hungry to learn as much as we could. We pointed our telescope to the edges of the night sky, to the edges of the cosmos. We gazed at clusters of countless stars, and dreamed of places far, far from here. Ow. And now, this girl really irks me for... Even when we were younger, she always acted well thinking, I'm not really interested in being involved with someone so reckless. Yes, you are.
へえ、いいじゃない。運命の再会って感じでさ。あ、もしかして前に昔いろいろあったって言ってたの、その子のこと？
What do you mean by that? Something like that.
ほんでほんで？
え？
口を割る気はないとなかなか手強い。胸の谷間程度じゃ不足か。ねえ、あれどうだった？興奮した？
Hell yeah! I did.
あきとくん素直。
Why wouldn't I be?
またバイト中に OL といかがわしいことしてんのか。
Just getting some advice on life. I answered looking at my phone when Takechi poured another round of coffee into the paper cup. Our cafe space allowed 3 refills of coffee. Sometimes we even got a quick meal if the manager was around.
お前の周り女子いっぱいいるじゃん。何も顔も知らないどっかの OL なんかに相手してもらわなくても。
Actually, you know what? Her route would be nice to have as well. Anyway, I'm glad we're not that close though. If you're too close, there's still a lot you can say. For example, you can't complain about meeting up with a really close childhood friend again after several years. Besides, I gave a bold grin. Huh. I might not look her face, but how about this? No! Are you kidding me?
なんだこれ。
I hate this guy. Akito, I hate you. You don't show this to other people. Why would you do that? What is wrong with you? Look closely.
お前これ。
Yup, nothing but cleavage.
エロ自撮りかよ。
I don't get this guy. I would not show that. Takechi slumped down even more and looked up at me with such a look of admiration. I just chuckled and shrugged. Huh. Kumako sent it because she said I sounded depressed. All of the kindness of this open-minded older woman bursts forth from her very soft-looking rack.
な、その OL ってさ、お前のこと誘ってるんじゃないか？
Would be nice. I doubt it.
いやいやいや、ありえない話じゃないだろう。じゃないとそんな画像送らないって。年下の男の子をちょっとつまみ食いしちゃおっかな的なさ。
You really think so? I mean, I thought for just like a second, just maybe, but you know.
あるある、全然あるって。いけるって、アキト。
Yeah, but... What the heck? Yeah, but I'm not really that type of guy. But I guess she's always listening to me complain. She's probably really tired from life in the city, so I might be helping her ease some of her stress. I guess I could give it a try.
何を頑張るの？
I bite quickly, shoved my smartphone in my back pocket. Nothing, don't worry about it. Welcome, mademoiselle.
どうしたの？そんなに慌てて。すごく怪しいよ。
It's nothing really. Just talking, right, Take?
天の川にはまだちょっと早いな。
早い？
I kicked Takechi his narrow butt. You idiot! You'd realize how much more suspicious you sound.
すまん、口が滑った。
Takechi took a coffee refill and ran back over the cafe space. Cafe space.
もしかして、二人でエッチなサイトとか見てた？
Yes. What?
アキトくんも男の子だもんね。そういうこともするよね。
What does that mean? That's what guys do. Do you look at those sites too, Saya? Counterattack! The best philosophy right now.
見ないよ。何バカなこと言ってるのよ。バカバカ。
You act awfully suspicious. I was just kidding. For that intense reaction was quiet. Suspicious. Saya blushed all the way to her neck and then hung her head.
私、エッチなサイト見てるように見えた。
Nah, not at all. It was quite strange for her to even say the word.
そう。
The expression on Saya's face changed to one of complete relief. It's like she actually does check those websites out. So, how did that favor go?
本当ね、天文部の活動をしてなかったみたい。
Who? What? So what were they doing?
漫画描いてた。
Saya said with a dubious expression.
うちの学校、漫研が禁止なんだって。だから、天文部で漫画描いてるみたい。
I mean, walking around it makes sense. It's just a cover then. I had asked Saya to check out the Seisen Girls Astronomy Club. Seisen Girls Astronomy Club had once been a member of the Six Stars Club, but they hadn't showed up at the gathering a few days back. We thought that maybe they were afraid of getting into trouble for meeting with another school without permission, but that wasn't the case. That would be a bit difficult to explain for. Saya said apologetically. I'd been thinking about how to revive the Six Stars Club. And I had my sights set on Seisen Astronomy Club to help raise money. Interesting, interesting. Two schools had already dropped out because of our talk about buying a telescope. For I might be able to improve the club's situation if I could pull in the Seisen Club who hadn't been at the last meeting, but yeah. And I had thought that maybe if the Seisen Club had some good equipment, the other two schools would be pleased. I was hoping for a bit much for... What? Sarah just watched me and grinned as I sat there with my arms folded, lost in deep thought.
やる気だね、アキトくん。
Hey? I guess...
それってやっぱり、光がいたから？
Don't be silly, she's got nothing to do with it!
でも、前はやりたくなさそうだったのに。ねえ、本当にいたんだよね。あの光が。
Yeah, she was. As I sat there with my arms crossed, I suddenly recalled our reunion of sorts from a few days ago.
アキト。
That night, A strange girl I'd met at the abandoned station called my name.
アキトだよね。
Hikari! Even when I remember it now, I still didn't get her pose, but she somehow gave me more confidence. That was definitely Hikari Hokibushi. But why? And why there? It's fate.
のりちゃん先輩。
え？
ほうき星さん。
へぇ？
どうしてここにいるの？今日は来ないんじゃ。そのつもりだったんですけどね。やっぱり気になっちゃって。どなたですの？うちの新入部員です。どうもー。尼高天文部に新しく入りました。ほうき星ひかりです。よろしくお願いします。
I noticed a typo.
新入部員？おお。そうなんです。むつら星の会の噂を聞いて入部してきてくれたんです。早くもむつら星効果が現れていたんですわね。今夜はなんて素晴らしい夜なのかしら。ようこそおいでくださいました、ほうき星さん。歓迎いたしますわ。光でいいですよ。ほうき星って長くてまどろっこしいでしょ。光さん、この場所を教えてくれたのも彼女なんです。この辺りに昔住んでたとかで。まあそうでしたの。それでこんな素敵な場所をご存知だったのね。ところで空見くんがさっきから抜け殻のように無表情を決めてますが。
I had arrived right behind Hikari and had been silently watching their exchange with a depth expression.
どうかなさったの？まるで幽霊でも見たような顔をして。
Yeah, well, that's pretty close to how I feel.
ひどくない？私幽霊じゃないし、生きてるよ。ほらほら。
She lifted her leg in an attempt to show liveliness. Aside from the old-fashioned pose, her skirt had flipped up and created quite an inappropriate view.
ほうき星さん、空見くんのことを知ってるの？幼なじみなんです。でもって私たち三日月天文クラブのメンバーでしたからね。アキト。アキト？
Are you really Hikari? Are you sure about that?
どこからどう見ても私でしょうに。
Hikari said while striking a strange, sexy pose or something. Yeah, you've completely changed. She looked nothing like she had when we were younger. She was quite a petite girl back then, always running around in jeans. People that didn't already know her would even mistake her for a boy. But now, no matter how you look at her, she became a total lady. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was like seeing glimpses of the old Hikari in her face and voice.
まあね、私も大人になったからね。
Not really. I couldn't believe it. Actually, I couldn't believe any of this.
今日は私が至らぬせいで皆様に迷惑をかけてしまい、自分の不甲斐なさに呆れていました。けれど空見くんに助けていただき、そしてこうして新しい仲間と出会うこともできたわ。
なん
て素晴らしい日なのかしら。はい、会長。すごく楽しかったです。
Hikari watched all the older students talk, excited with a big grin on her face, then glanced over at me.
というわけだから、またよろしくね、アキト。
Hey. And I'm like, but I'm not joining actually. Or something. Anyway, work with you again. If I think back to that day. Well, when I passed by her while walking with Kotaro, she must have been walking back from that place. If I had really thought about it, at the time, Hikari wasn't actually trying to crush the viewing party. I'm just mad at myself for letting Hikari see me lose control. I'm not letting the Six Stars Club back together so I can get back to Stargazing, okay? And definitely not for Hikari, okay?
じゃあどうしてなの？
I just want to end this on a good note. Saya cocked her head to the side with a rather confused expression. If I leave now, there will be only 2 schools left in the 6 Stars Club. To be honest, it will be hard to continue in that state. That's why, if possible, I'd like to get the group back on its feet before I quit. But to do that, it seems I'll need something else other than the Seisen Girls Astronomy Club. I really wanted to use them to bring back Nishihai and Muromisawa. I guess. Those guys really like looking at the stars. I did like the innocent way that Orihime gazed up at the starry sky, by the way, yeah. Plus, the genuine atmosphere that they created really felt familiar and radiant. I thought it would be nice if I could lend a hand in some way. If there is a way I can help protect that radiant place, then I'd do anything. And then when it's all over, I'm quitting the Astronomy Club!
Huh?
Saya's multicolored eyes widened in surprise. Yeah, it's my responsibility, right? If the 6 Stars Club could become a place that drew in newer students with its own charm, that would be best. Then it would be easy for me to slip out. Besides, I can't live my entire life in the rooms of the school. Eh? No, I'm not going back home. Hopefully by then I'll have found a boarding house, and if I haven't, I guess I could just try living in a tent for a while. Or we can marry our previous teacher. Just saying. Or we could move in with the office lady. Just saying. I laughed lightheartedly. This time, I'll make a clean break from the Astronomy Club. Right, Take? Weren't you one telling me to forget about the Astronomy Club? Takeichi's face pleaded with me not to bring that up in front of Saya. This was payback for the time that I made the same face at Takeichi. It's the same thing to me. What the hell does that even mean? Saya looked at me with a scowl she would usually never show and just stared silently. No way! Who the hell watched stars with Hikari? I mean, what about you, Saya? You don't look at stars or anything anymore, right? What was she getting all upset for? Saya's cheeks got all puffed up. It was cute, but she was also really mad. But I just ignored her with a blank expression. And that's when a customer came in. Welcome, Saya pulled the automatic doors back open before they could close and stormed out of the store. So stubborn. Thanks. I actually admit I am. I completely ignored Takeichi's words of faked astonishment. It was great working with all you today. After my part-time job, I pushed my bike down a mostly deserted and dark street. There must be some other way, something to get Nishihai and Muromisawa back. For example, if we were to get the Seisen girls to come back, it would still be quite different from the 6 Stars Club that Orihime wants. But even so, if everyone enjoyed stargazing in a more relaxed atmosphere, it would be easy to bring in younger students. Just, you know, don't buy that expensive stuff that Orihime just wanted to buy. That's all there is to it. It's not like you need... I don't even know what they needed exactly, but like crazy expensive stuff for that. Just buy whatever you might actually have the funds for. Anyway. But Orihime was already a third year. She'd be graduating this spring. After she's gone, it would just be Honoka. Would she be able to continue bringing in students alone? Honoka has always been more of an assistant. Noriko's just a beginner and Hikari is way too fickle. Why do I care so much about that group when I'm the one that's trying to leave anyway? Even though it was strange that I worried so much. A message from Kumako. I stopped walking and pulled out my phone.
いいこと思いついたよ。望遠鏡が買えないならさ、いっそ作っちゃえばいいんじゃない？
What?
どうや、明暗でしょう。
I mean, maybe? Build a telescope? That's right! That's what we need to do! I'd been walking quite sluggishly, but now I hurried to get onto my bicycle. I backed with all the strength and speed I could muster down the street back to the school. This is it! We'll see if this is it or not. In the next... Oh, I get what this is. That freaking in the right corner. Okay, I was thinking, wait, is it about the time of the day? Maybe. But I feel like now it says about which part of life we are on. Oh, here we are in middle school, here you are later, and here you are right now. Got it. Anyway. Kumako saving the day. Probably, maybe. Anyway, let's end the episode right here, right now. We'll continue tomorrow, of course. Because why wouldn't we? And we'll see where this story will go. If we can revive properly the 6 Stars Club. And I guess if we can build a telescope ourselves, I guess. You know what? That would be actually pretty cool. Instead of, you know, trying to buy something, we try to do it ourselves. Yeah, that's nice. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, let's end it. As per usual, the boring spiel of if you enjoyed the video, consider liking it, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you want to watch a sky full of stars, do exactly that, subscribe. Because we'll go through entire thing. And then I'll also probably try to look for the second game. Because there is a second game. But it's not on Steam. And I think it's translated in an unofficial way. So I will look eventually. And hopefully there is an option like that. Then I'll have to buy Japanese version, get the unofficial translation, and we can play it. Yes, or something like that. Anyway. Also Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, if you're into that stuff, in the description. Also the game is in the description, and let's end it right here, right now. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.